Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's premium review in which we are taking a look at the Swedish Saab-105E at 8.3 battle rating. The is the Swedish that I think it will sound like, but you never know. I'm not Swedish. Welcome to Crash Thunder. Ah yes, they couldn't do it. I mean, they postponed the patch one day, but it wasn't enough to fix all the issues. I played 9 matches in this plane and we had 4 crashes. Yes, that is an almost 50% crash rate in there, and I have a terrible kill to death ratio in this plane because of it. This plane also has a wing snap ability that is surprising, although maybe not so, because the SK60 was fairly good, didn't have any problems with that. But it was already touching the edge of what it could do at its top speed with the wing snap ability. You already saw the wings trembling and such. So, and this plane has extra speed on her, so this one goes over the edge what the frame can handle basically. And if you make maneuvers, if you move too much when you're at high speeds, you have a high wing snap ability. So I also snapped my wings 2 or 3 times. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was 3 times. So of my deaths, I've got 4 crashes. I've got 2 or 3 wing snap abilities. Without that bullshit, I would have had a great day in this thing. But because of that, it was rather frustrating. I still got a 1-to-1 kill death ratio in it, and she's still nice. And in the later matches, after I discovered the wing snap ability and the game didn't crash, and the funny thing is that the times that the game crashed, my nose was pointed down as I was attacking somebody, so I was always dead in those cases. It was great, man. Bloody hell, guys, please don't release this kind of crap anymore, because you have an event running and you want to patch out when the event starts. Just take it easy with the patches. There is no rush. It could have been 3 days later, but this really doesn't give you it doesn't give a good view of you as a company to release a patch like this. You have released so many patches, and were you really in so much of a hurry that you needed to release it like this? It was interesting. Okay, so the Saab 105. Let's go into this plane. It's a good plane. It's entertaining. It's just like the SK60, definitely. This one is not at 7.3 like the SK60 though. It's at 8.3. In the dev server, it had AIM 9 J's. On the live server, it has AIM 9 B's. So that's a big step down. I think it's a good, healthy step down, because the J's at 8.3 would not have been good. And the battle rating was 8.0 in the dev server. It's now 8.3. I think it's good. The plane is in a good spot when it comes to battle rating, and not having the J's make this plane perfectly fine at the battle rating where it's at. It's competitive. It has the same missiles as most planes at this battle rating, and it performs quite nice. Now, what are the maximum speeds in this plane? It doesn't have an afterburner. At sea level, she'll go up to 958 at 4,500 meters. This is 743 kilometers an hour, and at 6,500 meters, she'll go up to 651. Now, these speeds are quite nice, and they are not spectacular. It is definitely not a fast plane. It is somewhere in the mid section, and it's plenty of planes will go faster than you. So be aware of that. Now, in a dive, top speed in a dive is 998 kilometers an hour, and the rip speed lies around 1050. Now, you do have to pick a load, so you cannot fly her clean. I picked this load with the 2 missiles and the 2 gun pods, which is a fantastic combination. And it did not rip, so there's enough drag on this plane that it is difficult to rip this plane in a dive from 9 kilometers up. Going down. These speeds, by the way, are in indicated airspeed. Control stiffening starts at 650 kilometers an hour for the first tick, especially in the roll rate, and 800 when she becomes a little bit slower. But the roll rate on this plane starts excellent, so the plane stays very maneuverable in a dive. Although she does compress in the elevator, there is that, especially above 800 kilometers an hour. You can definitely crash this thing into the ground, so be aware of that. The stall speed is quite a bit better than the SK60 was. That was 150. This plane has 110 as the stall speed, which is quite nice. The firepower is great. You run with two 30mm Akan M55 cannons. Gun pods with 150 rounds per gun. Now these gun pods are awesome. I like these 30s. They are very nice. And this one, of course, has the two RB-24 missiles, which are comparable to the AIM-9Bs. And those are fine at 8.3, and in down tiers they are excellent, because many of the planes at 7.3 don't have any missiles, and in up tiers, well, in up tiers it's a little bit less good, but yeah, that's what you get. Up tiers are not nice. Not in any plane. This plane has rockets, missiles, and the gun pods, and combinations between those. And you can do ground pounding in it. You can take the missiles and the gun pods. You can take only gun pods. You can take only missiles. It's a choice you have to make. I would advise you to take this setup with the gun pods and the missiles. If you use it in a fighter capacity, this is the best setup, and it is awesome. Really is. It is a good fun, this plane. But as I said, at 8.3 battle rating, this plane is very well balanced, and I'm very happy with how Gaijin put this plane, changing the better missiles to these normal missiles at this battle rating, the J's to the B's, and to make sure that the plane isn't 8.0 but actually 8.3. And I find this plane to be perfectly balanced as it is right now. The acceleration in a straight line and in a dive is good in this plane. Energy retention, though, is no more than decent with these gun pods, both in the horizontal and in the vertical. Yeah, so unfortunate for the energy retention, but you have the weapons to deal with a lot of opponents, so there is a, there's a trade-off there. The climb rate in the plane is very good, quite a bit better than the SK60. That is very nice. In a shallow climbs, you can go up very fast. It really works well. So pick up some speed, put her in a shallow climb, and you will go up there. Turn time in the plane is decent to good with flaps. The flaps are a problem, though. They rip off at 450 kilometers an hour, and that's quite fast for a plane like this, a jet with jet speed. I mean, 450 is nothing, and it's only when it's very slow at the top of a stall or something you can use the flaps. Otherwise, just don't touch it, because it will mess up your dogfight. It will mess up the situation you're in, and it can potentially kill you. And they rip off quick, so yeah, it's not nice. Roll rate in the plane is excellent, one of the strengths of this plane. Defensive flying is very nice in this plane, and feels very nice. Dogfighting, defensive maneuvers, overshoots are very possible in this plane, and a joy to perform. So I quite like the plane for that. Overall maneuverability is very good. Overheating in the plane is bad, though. Seems to be a bit worse than in the SK60. You gotta fly it at 98% basically. It's definitely something to look for, because when you take off from an airfield, or when you leave the airfield, you're already in the amber, and that is quite fast, actually, to be honest. Not very nice. So you gotta fly her at 98% often, and when you're in a dogfight, put it at 100%. This is a nice clip, by the way. We just killed somebody with a missile. I didn't start recording early enough, but this is where one of the crashes happened. So gonna be interesting. This happens all the time at the moment, so be aware. Maybe they hot fixed it in the meantime as I worked on this video, but it was it was an adventure, let's say. Durability in this plane is decent, but not as good as in the XK60, because this plane, with that wing snappability that I talked about earlier, is reaching the edge of what this frame can handle. She's quite a bit faster, but that 100 kilometers that this plane has on the SK60 makes this plane rip apart. When you pull some higher Gs than you can pull in the SK-60, you're in trouble. The wings snip off. And it snaps off right on the edge of the missiles there. You can still fly often, but yeah, it ruins your match, so be aware of that. I find this plane to be a jack of all trades with a specialty in turn fighting and maneuvering. This plane, it can boom and zoom a little bit, although you know, the top speed in the dive isn't the best. She isn't the fastest plane in a straight line, but she can do a bit. Energy retention in the plane is all right, not spectacular though. So you gotta rely on the acceleration and smart play there. She does climb very nicely, so there is that, and positioning that way can be beneficial. And she turn fights very nice. Good maneuverability for this battle rating. And there we go. Yeah, crash, very nice. Thank you, Gaijin. Don't release stuff too early. So here we go for the results screen on the 3-kill match. I could have had 3-kill match, but that was also a 3-kill match. 22,000 Silver Lions, 85,000 Silver Lions. And yeah, looking good. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, of course, the question is, should you buy this plane? The SAAB-105OE at 8.3 battle rating is a very nice premium. She looks awesome. She has guns, she has missiles. It is not OP, definitely not. As I said, I find this plane to be perfect at 8.3. Very nicely balanced, Gaijin. You gotta give props when they deserve it, right? And the plane itself is good. It has decent speeds, quite a bit faster than the SK-60. It has the 2 missiles. Thank God not the Js. It would have been overpowered. But these 9Bs or RB-24s are quite fine at this battle rating. Maneuverability is nice, not the fastest. She has her downsides. Planes that are fighting against this plane can definitely find her weaknesses and exploit that. This plane has a little bit of wing snap ability. It is really on the edge of performance and frame, or what the frame can handle. So she snaps her wings now and then, and she can fill quite a few roles. So she's versatile in what she can do with the loads and stuff like that. She gives great rewards, and yeah, I love the SK-60. Of course, it's a very powerful plane at 7.3, and this plane at 8.3 is better balanced, and it feels much more in queue that way. I could have had a better kill to death ratio if the game had not crashed so many times, and I would have known in advance about the wing snap ability. But once you get a grip on that, she will do awesome for you. So yeah, it's definitely a plane I would recommend. This is a premium you can go for, and I could definitely recommend it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.